Welcome to WEBnesday. Today we're going to talk about copywriting, content. Welcome to WEBnesday. This is Rod Pensin. I'm a web designer, and today we're going to talk about content. Let's start with copywriting: what, why, and how. Well, what is copywriting? Let's start talking about what is copywriting. Well, copywriting is basically written content, right? So what they want to hear, what they want to know, why you're there, how the product or service will help them. People don't read too much. You have to be really, concise. You have to be brief, and you need to nail down, right? Don't be boring. Don't be boring. Come on, guys. People don't have time for like. You need to tell your story. You need to engage. To engage with someone, like you go to a bar, you meet a girl, and then you're there like trying to go to the next step, and I don't know, like get to know her better. I don't know. And then you just start asking, well, what's your name? What do you like to do? Well, I'd like to do that. Yeah, interesting. You start talking about yourself. You have to engage. You have to communicate. You have to engage. You have to, say something. Say something. You need to do this to be able to sell. You need to engage, communicate, so people can buy from you. I want a coffee, of course, but I want a coffee that has like I don't know, something now. I don't know. Try to think about your service or product in a way that is a solution. It's a benefit. Why do you need that? Well, basically, to convert, you need to copyright. You need your content to sell. You need to communicate, right? So that's pretty straightforward, right? So you need to talk their language, and when you start doing your content, there's a lot of things you need to think about. And you can't be like too technical with someone that is not technical. You can't be too old for young people. You can't be too like boring for people that are creative. I mean, just talk their language. Create connection with them. Talk a little bit about yourself. Like I said, it's not on one-way conversations. But you need to provide some information so they can like think about personal stuff or storytelling, right? Tell your story, basically. Translate your expertise. So you need to tell them why they need to buy from you, not from the provider B or the coach B or the app. So you need to give them a reason and tell why you were an expert on this. Maybe just like a curriculum, right? Your CV tell people why they should hire you. So kind of like try to get all the information in a way that you are selling yourself, and be concise, really brief, right to the point. And of course, branding, like I said, it's a pillar. It's one of the strategies. You need to provide content so they can understand what's your brand. I'm talking about the providers, like a person or service, but of course for big companies as well. I mean, what is the brand of your company? How can you translate that brand in terms of written content, in terms of like a story, the founders, people that work there, the reason behind the product, the motto, the vision, the mission, right? Be concise, like be brief, just right to the point. Okay, Rod, that's super important. I have no freaking idea how to create my content. I don't have time to do that. Well, one of the things you can do to create your content, you can just call a friend. Hey, come here, let's get a coffee. Ask them, why would you buy my product? Record everything. Just record on your phone. Why would you buy my product? Or if you were a client, of course, like, why did you buy my product, right? And what did you like? Is there something specific that you liked? Do you like to? Would you recommend it to a friend, a close friend? That's a key question. Yes, I would recommend you to do, because that's like when you see people really like what you did, your product, your service. So ask some questions, and then you have like an audio file that basically is the pinpoints of why you were selling the product. Well, I'm selling the product because blah blah blah. Just what he said, your client said, because of that and that and that. So you have like a start, at least, if you are not on budget. Well, you can also create a video or audio content. For example, I do podcasts, you can check. So if you were creating a content, a podcast, and you were interviewing someone on something related to a service that you do, for example, myself, if I'm doing an interview on UX design or user experience design or web design, I can use that content. Also, you can record your phone just why you were passionate about the business. Just recording your phone, like you talking to yourself. Well, I love to do websites because, you know, like I just help people to thrive. Basically, I build their business. I'm the make them like look great, attract new clients. So I'm not helping people. I also like, you know, creating like this, helping the society in terms of economy. You know, like I'm providing, you know, it's like just talk to your phone, talk to yourself, and then you can use that audio to create your content. Why I do that, probably about page, you need a lot of content related to that. Your storytelling, tell your story. Well, I started with web design because I really want to make our clients stand out. I was doing branding strategy and graphic design, but they, of course, they needed a website. So I started doing for them. This was 10 years ago. And blah, blah, blah. So see, I already have like my about page. I started 10 years ago helping clients with blah, 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 blah. Do that, worked. If you don't have the time, but if you have a little bit of budget, I'll recommend you two things. Well, first of all, what you can use, I'll show you here. You can hire a freelancer. So for example, this is I did a search here for on Upwork. I like this website. You can hire like freelancers around the world, but here is like top 25 copywriters. So 45 per hour, 35 per hour, 40 per hour, 100 per hour. Those websites like Upwork, there's more than them, but this is one example. You can pay, it's not much. I mean, for a website, 5-page website, you're not going to use more than 2 hours. I mean, I just did work with a copywriter. She, you know, like she did it like in a couple hours, like less than $100. You can definitely do it, and it's so important. It's so important to have, because, you know, like you're just making sure you are selling, you are translating who you are. You are, you know, making sure that all the information that they will, probably the questions they will have, they're there, because copywriters, they know that, they study, they know, like they do a lot of research. So I totally recommend you to, if you don't have the time, just hire a freelancer, go to those websites, they will ask the right questions. And another way to do it is hire a virtual assistant. It's cool because she has all these virtual assistants working for her, and she's amazing. She does a lot of services, but she does copywriting as well. So what I do, I just go and call her and say, okay, I have this client, he doesn't have content, he or she really needs to talk to someone, you know, need some guidance, and just, you know, get it done. So she work with me in the project. I mean, I don't have time to write content, and I don't want to write content. I love to do websites, not content. Just start, like do something, like interview your clients, do a video, like talk with yourself, or just hire someone else, okay? You know what people ask you, right? You know if people have questions about the features. You know if people ask you about, I don't know, like the competitors. Maybe you can use the competitors like on your, and just like, you know, like describe what they don't have on their plans and what you have, and so you can use that on your copyright. So this product is amazing because it has this and that, what they don't have, right? So use the copy to convert. You definitely can convert someone only with copy, but of course we're doing a website. And next week I'm going to talk about images. And so this is the first step on content, copyright. Copy is really important, but next week I'm going to talk about images and video. Keep tuned. Thank you so much. This is WEBnesday. Cheers. See you next week.